Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miskip.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So in the beta downtime, we are going to talk about ranked in this video. And more specifically, what is wrong with it currently and what could be done to improve it. So first of all, we're going to go over the obvious. A lot of people have been discussing this on the subreddit and through sort of just people talking about it. We wholeheartedly agree that it's more of a grind than an achievement. A rank system is all about your personal progression, getting better at the hero and getting better at the game. And gradually that's a thing over time that you learn with playing people around your skill level, and you gradually get better and better. With Overwatch's rank system, it's more of a just you will get there so long as you keep investing enough time. So it's just mainly a question of investing that time up until you get to Master and Heroic. And it has to feel like a progression. You know, you need to feel that it's a journey of sorts that you get better as a player, but at the same time, it's not a journey that you just fly through. It's not like leveling to 100 in World of Warcraft. You've got to feel that you're earning that.
Yeah, and during this, what can almost feel like a grind, you also don't really have a lot of time to actually get there in the end. The season is only 1 month long, which a lot of people have actually reacted to. Both people that have played the game that kind of feel like, well, with the current way that I'm progressing through the system, I don't feel like a month is really enough. And some people have said that, yeah, the season should maybe even be up to like a year, which I personally feel like is a bit too long. In an ideal scenario, I think 2 to 3 months is pretty reasonable. Of course, extending the time of the season also means that more people will hit these higher ranks, so that means that you also have to make it a little bit harder to reach those Master and Heroic tiers and so on. So the system really needs to be redone a little bit more than just extending it. Make it more difficult to reach higher tiers, but give players a bit more time, essentially. I personally like the system that games like Dota 2 have at the moment, where you get your actual matchmaking number as well. It's very much focused on the sort of matchmaking rating rather than a sort of second progression system like in Overwatch. But I feel like the sort of sense of achieving something is important, and that's why it just needs to be that extra bit more difficult so the people in Master and definitely Heroic feel like they've really achieved something throughout the season.
As well as taking a look at the rank system, we're also going to look at how these games are played out. Specifically, the Blizzard mode of ranked, which is you have to attack and defend on a map. If you win both, you win the round. If you lose both, you obviously lose. But if it's a draw, for example, you win and they win, it goes to a control point map. Now, a lot of people up until then were using the stopwatch method, which is who does it quicker, and other little details such as, for example, if your team doesn't take the first point on King's Row but the enemy team do, they automatically win. The reason why Blizzard haven't done this is because they want to make these games reach their natural conclusions. They don't want games to end prematurely just because one team takes the point and the other one doesn't. They want the whole of the match to play out. Now, the first problem with this is that Control is the deciding game mode. It's a sudden death map on any of the Control maps, and Control really is a different kettle of fish compared to Payload and Capture Points. For example, our own experience is that we've been dominated in payload maps with teams going against us very quickly and setting a really good time, and we've just managed to brute our force through and scrape a draw. But then we've dominated on Control, which didn't feel fair at all, considering the enemy team were a lot better than us in the way that they played. It's a bit of a strong analogy, but it's like deciding a draw in football by playing rugby. It has similar rules, but it's not exactly the same, and some teams are going to be better at one than the other. In the description, we'll leave a link to a format that Monte Cristo, a well-known LOLcaster, suggested for ranked Overwatch. The essence of it was basically that if you complete a map faster than the enemy team, you get a little bit of an advantage when it comes to the potential control map. But anyway, do let us know in the comments what you prefer. Do you prefer the stopwatch mode that has been used in competitions up until now, or do you prefer Blizzard's current ranked system when it comes to how it's played out? Or do you have your own suggestion? Do let us know in the comments below.
So there are definitely flaws to the current system like we've just gone through, but there are also some cool additions that could be made that haven't really made the game just yet. They might do towards launch or even in the open beta, of course, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, these are some quick suggestions for what could be sort of changed and improved. A regional global leaderboard would be very interesting to see. So you list all the heroic players in the sort of correct order of who's reached it first, and who has played who, and get a nice list of maybe even teams if they decide to get a team queue as well, or if they're sticking with the dynamic one. Just listing all the players in heroic so you can kind of see yourself up there if you manage to sort of make it. Also seeing the rank straight away on your friends list, for example, so you can check your friend's rank without going to their profile, like in Hearthstone, would be a small addition, but it also encourages you to play more ranked and catch up to your friends. Or if you're one of the best in the sort of circle of people that you know, then you can be encouraged to sort of stay on top and just be the best one amongst your friends. Seasonal rewards like in Hearthstone is also really cool for players that have gotten to the sort of higher tiers. So personally, I'm not interested in the Hearthstone card backs kind of stuff, but just something extra to give to the people that have dedicated so much time playing Overwatch Ranked. But I'm looking forward to Ranked regardless. I did actually enjoy the current system a lot. It still feels like, a bit of a sort of struggle to get there. It's not like you just sit down and get to heroic in one session of playing. But the system can definitely be improved, and I hope it will be.
Another issue with this sort of system of ranked and climbing up the ladders is that you've got everybody that starts at the same level regardless of experience. It doesn't matter whether you've come into the open beta or whether you've been playing on a professional team throughout the closed beta and won every game. You start at the same point. So there is an opportunity that you could be in teams with these players and almost in a sense get carried by them, but it works both ways. You can also be put against these players and lose horrifically. So it's important to maybe have a form of placement game. A couple of games just to decide how good you are and where to set your MMR accordingly, so these pro players can be put in appropriate brackets as opposed to starting off with us plebs below. Blizzard have said that MMR is an important aspect of ranked, but a lot of the time we don't necessarily feel that it is. Ranks only tell part of the story, whereas MMR gives you a better grasp of how these players are playing. So not only does it feel more accurate, but it feels more rewarding knowing that you've beaten a team with a higher MMR than you, and also keeps your feet on the ground when you beat a team that may have a bit of lower one. As we said, rank doesn't really represent players specifically, especially if they are solo queuing. It's 6 people all in different ranks with different ways of how they got there. Anyway, this is just our feedback for the ranked system. The game is still in beta, so it's still subject to change, and I definitely feel that there's still more stuff to be added to ranked, and Blizzard know this. So do let us know whether you agree or not, and let us know your feedback in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more Overwatch content. We still have guides going out to a week until the game is launched, and then stuff beyond, so be sure not to miss any of that. And until next time, take care. We will see you then.